following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, this is Ken Gidge, and this is The Art of Politics. Now, usually it is a Republican against a Democrat, but today we have a special guest. In fact, his head was so big, we had to open both doors. Maybe you have seen him. He's been internationally spoken about. Veterans all over the world have been emailing him, have texting him that he's so good because he said the media ought to get their heads out of their butts. And ladies and gentlemen, my friend and yours, of course, Al Baldessaro. Tell me about it. Now, I got. Now, wait a minute. I saw your speech, but now, the media is giving Donald Trump a hard time about the veterans.
Yes, they are.
Is that correct?
That's true.
Now, did he turn around and say, "Come up and speak"? Was he frustrated, or?
Was he frustrated? No, he wasn't. Yeah, well, a little bit. Yeah, he was a little aggravated.
So he just turned around and said, "You come up here."
He was a little aggravated because of the attacks. No, well, listen.
With that, for God's sakes.
Wait, I wanted you to hear something here. Well, again, keep talking.
All right, I'm.
And you're not looking at the 22 veterans that are killing each other every day. You're not concerned about the thousands of veterans that are on wait lists. Look at his plan on his Trump's website. He talks about medical cards. He talks about fixing the VA. He talks about competition. I think the liberal media, and I've been dealing with you a long time, you need to get your head out of your butt, focus on the real issues. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
That's what was said.
And ladies and gentlemen, what happened? Trump puts his hands on your shoulder and he says, what?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and there's his bodyguard. And you walk up there.
That wasn't his bodyguard. That was his chief financial officer that stood next to me. And then that was Representative.
Is he 6'5"?
Yeah, big guy, yeah.
Yeah, that's his bodyguard also.
Oh, wait, the other guy. No, that wasn't. That was after. That was after.
That was the bodyguard standing beside you.
No, the one standing beside me behind Trump, that was his bodyguard. That was his finance.
Yeah, his bodyguard's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
That's not his bodyguard.
No, I know, but the bodyguard
right, the bodyguard's tall. Yeah, he's got gray hair. His name's Keith. Yeah, Keith. I know him very well.
Yeah, and he's tough. So anyway, so now you make this speech, and this is national and actually probably international.
Right.
Internationally, you make this speech, you go back and you stand there, and Leigh and I are going, oh no, how are we going to put up with this guy? He's absolutely crazy. So what happened?
Well, what happened is they didn't know I was coming. Myself, Representative Fred Doucette, who's the New Hampshire co-chair, I was aggravated at all the attacks and attacking him because he raised money for the veterans. Now, over 42, groups that were, on there. I mean, give you an idea, it takes time to vet them to make sure that they're not scammers and things like that, Okay. And plus, I mean, I don't want to take a picture of it, but this is the copy of the $1 million check that Donald Trump
and I
donated.
keep asking what's the date on it. I mean, you won't tell me.
Yeah, the date is 4/24.
4/24.
Yeah, 16. But anyways, it takes time, and Trump has been very busy and everything else, doing his thing. So But anyways, this got picked up, and I end up getting calls from the Lou Dobbs.
Did you go on a
Megan-
Lou Dobbs
I went
show?
on Lou
What
Dobbs.
did you say on Lou Dobbs?
I talked about the veterans on the issues that were going on. I talked about the media on how they yellow journalism, and I talked about how they should be focused on the issues. I asked why are they not going after Hillary, because she's got like a $2 billion foundation and only given $70,000 in 8 or 9 years.
Well, no,
From that foundation.
Hold on a second. That's not fair.
No, but it's true.
You can't.
No, it's
that's
true.
Not what,
Regardless whether it's fair or not, it's fact.
Excuse me. That's not fact because we can't prove it. It's only.
It was in the
and
Huffington
this is
Post.
what happens
That's
with
a
the
liberal paper.
Republicans. They do it all the time. Let's talk about
Okay.
you.
Trust but verify.
Okay.
It's
so,
fact. I just
so
brought out
ladies
facts.
and gentlemen, you were on Lou Dobbs.
I was on Lou
now,
Dobbs.
Now he's
Then
a money
after-
guy.
Right, he's a money guy. On
So he
the,
wanted to know all about the money.
He's on the Fox Business Channel.
Okay,
right.
he wanted to know all about.
Right.
Then who did you go to?
Then after that, that night, I was on Megyn Kelly the Kelly File.
You're kidding me.
No, I was on the Kelly File.
Now you weren't in. weren't in studio.
Yeah, in studio.
You
With
were
her.
in studio.
She was right there, right next to me.
Really?
What a beautiful lady.
She is, huh?
You know, I mean, not as good looking as my wife, but she's
No,
what a
of
sweet,
course
you know,
not, of
in
course
person, she's a sweetheart. She acts tough on TV, but I mean, personally,
Well, she was a lawyer
Yeah.
for 9 years before
right.
she.
But she's a go-getter, that's for sure.
Okay, so now you're on.
Now I'm
her
on
show.
Megyn Kelly's
So what
show.
happens there?
So what
Now
happens?
you
is,
know
right,
that,
now,
that Kelly and her
I'm-
are not.
I'm
and
on
him are
there
not.
with a young soldier who is a Columbia student, who is a liberal, who supports Bernie, okay, who is a conscientious objector, okay, and he has he's in this group called Trump's for Veterans for against hate, okay. It's a Hillary Clinton group. That's what it is. All right.
No, it's
Yes.
not a Hillary Clinton. group.
Listen to me, okay. I
I
tweeted
thought
out a
it said
picture.
it was Bernie Sanders.
No, you're not listening
You
to me.
said Bernie Sanders.
It's Hillary Clinton.
You
The
said
guy-
Bernie Sanders.
No,
though.
this guy was with Bernie Sanders. You're not let me finish.
Okay.
Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders people were teamed up veterans.
Oh.
Okay.
Are
now
you
they-
sure?
Now why do you question my integrity? Why?
Now, excuse me.
Okay.
That's what we do here. Just because you get on all these shows,
Yeah.
I'm not going to change.
Okay,
Now,
yeah,
Don't say that.
no, I
I'm
understand
not, I
that.
don't.
But I don't
test your
But I
integrity. You
am
know
unlike
that.
a Democrat or a liberal
Okay.
that
All right.
lie.
Okay. So what happened?
Okay. So what happened is he started to, he stepped in on when I was talking, and I looked at him. I said, "Young man, you said relax on the show on TV. Everyone
Really?
loved it. Yeah."
Yeah.
But anyways, I was explaining how the guy that runs it, Alexander McCoy, he was in the paper. You can do a Google search on him. Okay, there's a picture on his Facebook with him and Hillary. There's a little thing on there. Anyone going to be in the New York area that's he hates Trump, come over there. He got 5 people. 5 people that showed up to protest Trump's rally, 5 veterans. Okay? Now,
No, so what happened to the conversation between
no, our
you?
conversation
Go ahead.
was talking about on the Veterans for Trump, on the on the money that was given out, on how this small group is affiliated with Hillary Clinton, how it took time to vet 41 or 42 groups, okay, to make sure that they're not scam artists. Because here in New Hampshire, the Assistant Attorney General briefs us all the time on, and I sit on the Veterans Affairs Committee, on groups that come in scamming for for money, and no money goes to the
So
veterans.
he vetted all these people.
Right, yeah, they're
All
all been
these
vetted,
groups,
yes,
yeah.
except one that's got an asterisk there. They're still waiting for their IRS form.
Okay.
that's the only one that
so
the
this
money-
person has Project for the Patriots.
Yeah, Project for the
And
Patriots.
has $100,000
$100,000, right.
if they.
You just
are,
can't give 50, 75, $1 million out to a group without vetting them.
Well, he gave $1 million Marine Corps Law Enforcement Foundation. Of course, you're a Marine, so you got him $1.1 million.
Yeah, I mean, I
You got the
didn't.
Marines $1.1 million.
Well, no, I didn't. These are groups that were picked on.
Well, I know that,
I got-
but you're a Marine.
Well,
You're the one saying,
right.
"Get your head out of your butt."
Right.
Who's he gonna give $1 million
that's
bucks
to the Marines. That's
That's
right.
right.
Now, I
Right.
got Liberty House $100,000, the homeless veteran shelter in Manchester.
Did you
Yeah, I sure did. I had a check I brought over to them.
really?
Yeah.
It's not in here though.
Yeah, it's right here. Liberty House. Right there. 100,000. That's the Manchester.
They got $100 grand.
Right. Now, Veterans Count in New Hampshire, 25,000. Veterans Count is a great program affiliated with the Easter Seals, and they help veterans that are deployed. and their family members, they need a roof, they have a car broke down, or they don't have the money to do this, they help them out. You know
That's
what I mean?
good.
So it's a win-win. Jack Heath has a radio station there, and he's always pushing the veterans issues and veterans count,
Yeah.
the fundraisers
Yeah.
to help these veterans out. Now, 100% of the money that Donald Trump used, he had over 6,100,000, but only 5,600,000 came in. Okay, so 100% of every dime he collected went to the veterans. We're hoping the other 500,000 come in because
Well,
then
where's his million?
his million, it's in there.
He put in $1 million. Where?
Yeah.
Where
Well,
is
it's divvied out to the groups. Here's the check right here.
All right, let's see the check.
No, I'm not
What's the
giving you.
date of the check?
I already told you it's 424.
All right, well, let me see the
no,
check.
I'm not giving you.
Why?
No, I'm not gonna.
You're not
I
gonna-
showed you.
Wait
because-
a minute. You're testing my integrity?
Yeah. Yes, I am. I always have to question your integrity.
All right,
I'll be
okay.
honest.
Oh,
But anyways,
my God.
with Megan Kelly, I was on there with her. We had a great show. Now,
How long were you on?
each time they send a car limousine over to pick me up, bring me back to the hotel, pick me up again, bring me back to the other show. Then I was
A
on for about 20,
limousine?
15 minutes. Yeah, limousine.
A limousine.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Now, the next morning.
How could you come home to
Yeah.
this?
Now the next morning had a Cadillac type limousine picked me up at 6:30 in the morning. I was on at 7:00, 7:15 with Fox and Friends.
Fox and Friends.
Fox and Friends. After that show, I went back, and then I was on. They took me over to see. No, I went back to the hotel. Then they picked me up an hour later, half hour later. I was on with CNN with Chris Cuomo, okay, on New Day.
Okay.
Then after that, I was on the Fox Business.
That's
Okay, on another. I dropped the cards here on the
not
floor.
Lou
Another
Dobb,
card.
but somebody else.
Yeah, another show.
Another
Yeah,
show.
Right.
So,
can't think of the third
so
one.
I gotta. Well, Kelly and him have had a hard time. Tell me, how did she treat you?
Well, she was a little kind of tough there, but I went back
What's
at it.
tough?
Well, meaning, she, the way she come across. You know what I mean? The way she tries to act tough. And something. She didn't realize I'm a first sergeant there, and the next closest thing to God in the Marine Corps is a first sergeant, and I wasn't about to stand there, and I went tough back. You know what I mean? The talking, with her. But I mean, I liked her.
So now, question: have now, any other shows?
Well, I did the radio show, of course, with the Boston Herald radio from there at the airport. I called in. I did a Rich Gerard show this morning in Manchester at 6:15. I did at 12 o'clock today, the veterans for Colonel Gary Lambert's show on the WMX, I think, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
90.7. I did
Yep.
that today at 12 o'clock for an hour, talking on veterans issues and other stuff there. So it's been fun. I mean,
And you've got thousands of.
unbelievable.
Tweets.
Facebook friends tweets, and it's just, and then retweets and everything else. But I got probably about 5 phone calls of rude, ignorant.
Just
liberals.
5.
5.
What have they said?
Well, they threatened me, and they
Like,
said
what do you
I'm
mean
wrong.
threaten? What do you mean?
Why am I with Donald Trump? I should, he's no good. I'm a disgrace as a veteran there, and I mean, it was terrible. Some of the calls I got from them 5, but I look them
Well,
up.
1,000 to 5 isn't much.
No, 1,000. 1,000.
Okay.
A lot more.
Now, I just want to mention this because this is very important.
Mhm. Oh,
You
before you mention
were
that.
treated like a movie star.
Right. Here, one other thing here. You didn't see this?
Oh, what?
This is the Eagle Tribune.
Oh my God!
You didn't see that?
Oh my God! Look at that!
I brought that in for you.
Oh, you're not going to give it to me, I'm sure of that.
No, I'm not. No.
Oh my God! Look at that!
Hmm?
Oh, unbelievable. So,
It says Londari Baldessaro defends Trump.
oh God. Well, have you heard from any of the Trump people about after?
I was assigned. You know what was weird is a couple of days prior, I got a call from the Trump campaign. Corey texted me, Lewandowski, and he said, you're going to be getting a call from our media person tomorrow. She's got some news for you. I said, all right. The next day, I got a call from Shannon, who is Hope, the number one, the public affairs lady, Hope. Her assistant there called me and said, we want you now to handle all veterans issues for Donald Trump. Meaning any media, any publicity, any stuff there. This was before I even went. That's what motivated me to go to New York. I figured since he's talking veterans, I should be there. So that's why I drove to New York.
And they got you right on.
Right. Yeah. And well, they get me right in anyways. I'm cleared and all that other stuff there with the Secret Service and everything. And I can go up and down into the headquarters, and I was in Trump's office. It was nice.
Really, big office?
Yeah, big office, beautiful picture window, what a view, you know.
Of course.
I'll tell you, what most people don't understand is Donald Trump's a down-to-earth guy. I mean, he looks you in the eye, he listens. That's what I like about the guy. He before he decides, he listens to people.
Really? So he is a person who, if he says something, you believe he's going to do it. Is that correct?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Yeah. And there's
Are you sure?
And there's some things
Excuse
that
me.
he's...
Excuse me. Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Absolutely.
I would never in a million years put my name on any candidate
so
if they weren't supporting
when he
veterans.
said a week and a half ago that for $10 million he would debate Bernie
Right.
Sanders and give some of the money to women's and maybe
Women's
veterans.
health.
$10 million.
Right. Well, he
Those
wanted-
are his words.
He wanted to go to women's
That's what
health.
he said.
That's what he said, yes.
That's what he said.
Yes,
for
he
$10
did.
million.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
What don't you understand? Read my lips. I
Okay.
said yes.
And then he said what?
And then he said on TV, he said he honestly believed, he backed out of it. He said because Bernie Sanders had issues, okay, he sounded tough in the beginning. He said it on national news. Bernie didn't. He said, and Bernie didn't go after him on his comments, that Bernie didn't want to do it in the background. He also said, Donald Trump also said that his people also wanted, why would you debate the second-tier candidate?
Well, I have an answer for that.
All right, give me the answer.
Because he said he would.
Yes.
He said he wanted to.
Right.
He said he would give,
Yeah, to your
wanted
point,
$10
which
million,
instead of
and
right.
he didn't do it.
Because the money
So
didn't come in either.
So the people,
The
so
money-
hold
the
on.
money wasn't
so
there.
what he said was
Yeah.
comes from him.
Right.
But now he's listening to other people.
No, the money wasn't there either.
Oh, the money would be
Yeah.
there.
No, it wasn't.
The money would be
Oh,
there.
please, you know it
I
all.
promise you.
You know something?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
All,
you have a dream?
all of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, because we had an argument right here, and I said
You know
he would
something?
never do it because Bernie
You were right.
Sanders would clean his clock.
No, Bernie Sanders in the background backed down.
Like-
Why didn't Bernie
What do you mean
Sanders
Bernie
challenge?
Sanders said he would.
No, he didn't. No.
100 times.
You know something?
Hey,
the
check but
money-
verify.
No.
Okay.
I did. I agree with you. You did say that.
How
I won't lie.
dare him make that statement for
Why?
$10 million?
Why would he
Somebody would
waste?
come up with $10 million.
No, but they didn't. What don't you understand?
I beg your pardon.
Tell me who came
He
up with
comes
the
up-
$10 million.
I
Okay,
will,
know it all.
I will
You're a know-it-all.
guarantee you
No,
there's
you
$10
guarantee-
million out
you're
there.
a little-
Somebody would do it.
You're a little Democrat from Nashua. You're a little Democrat from
excuse
Nashua.
me. He
How do you-
goes to the big city.
That's right.
They pick him up in limousines. They drive him around. And now I'm a little guy
He's a con artist. You throw stuff out there. It's like
Oh,
throwing.
my
you know,
God.
you're like throwing
Just-
poop against the
Hey,
wall
listen.
and hope it sticks.
Yeah, and you want to
and
know
hope
something?
people believe
I
it.
suckered you right into that because
No.
he's a man of his word. He said he wanted to do it.
He is a man of his word.
Somebody would come up with the $10 million, but somebody
Tell me-
said
tell-
to him,
tell you what.
don't
Tell you
do
what.
this with
Tell me-
Bernie Sanders.
tell me who came
you
up with the
wanna
10
know
million?
why?
No.
You want to know
Hey,
why?
know it all.
He'd clean his clock.
Know it all. Tell me who came up with the $10 million. Tell me who did.
Well, there really wasn't
Who?
much time because he backed
Oh,
right
no,
out
there's
of it.
not much
No, he
time.
backed out of it,
Why
didn't
don't
he?
you say Al?
He backed out
Why
of
don't
it.
you say Al? I just threw that out.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Nobody
Excuse
came
me.
up with the 10
No,
million.
I will bet you
No, I'm not
anything
betting
you want.
I'm not betting you. You never pay off. You're a typical
All right, okay,
Democrat.
all right. A typical
Did
Dem-
you watch me on
You know,
Megyn Kelly?
you
No,
know-
not Megyn Kelly. On
wait.
with
I'm-
Stuart Vaughn.
I'm
Hey,
a little guy from New
Hey,
Hampshire. I mean,
did you
who's
watch?
Who's
did
Stuart
you
Dunn?
did you see when I was
Who?
on Stuart Vaughn's show on Fox Business?
No,
Stuart
excuse me,
Stuart
excuse
Vaughn
me.
and
National-
Vaughn and Company.
International
Now
again.
listen
Go
to
ahead.
me. What I said to him was, Democrats are do as I say, not as I do. They want everyone else to donate, and their pockets are sewn. You made 3 bets with me. You made another bet to give $100 to my charity, which was Liberty House,
I did
and
not.
you've done nothing.
I did not
You're,
say that.
read my
I
lips.
did
You're
not.
a liar.
You're a
You're
fibber.
a liar. You're a
You
liar.
know, you've been riding around
Okay.
in too many limousines.
Where is God when you
That's,
need him?
Oh no!
Where is God?
No. Last week
Hey. Yeah,
Look,
I hope they can
even
take the
even
clip
Lee
from
liked that show.
I wonder if they can edit the clip from the show where you bet $100 to go to the Liberty House and put it in
That's
here
not
to show that
true.
you're
First
wrong.
of all, if I ever did that, I would do that.
You never
That's
did.
well,
You never did. You
it
telling
doesn't-
me? Are you telling me you did?
Here's a ladies and gentlemen, I just got suckered into this. Yeah. All right. He'll check. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got suckered into this. You see, this is what Republicans do. They change the subject.
No.
Listen,
How we change the
Hey,
subject?
listen.
What subject did
I
change?
told you he wouldn't do it. I told you his people wouldn't let him do it because Bernie Sanders would clean his clock.
What don't you understand? I agreed with you.
don't
You
you
said he wasn't going to do
understand?
it. I told you
And
that.
I gave you the
I agree
reasons
with you.
why.
I agree with you.
But Trump came out and said
But it
this.
wasn't- if
Is
you-
his word worth
if,
it?
If you listen to Trump on national TV, he said Bernie Sanders sounded tough on there that I'll do it. But in the background, behind the scenes, with his people working it, he didn't want to do it.
Excuse me. Bernie Sanders said a dozen times he would.
No, you're not listening to me.
Trump, no, I'm listening
Read
to
my
you.
lips.
No, I'm listening to you.
Donald Trump said it on national TV. Why didn't Bernie Sanders go back at him?
I want Dick to go get the of last week's show and to see what you said when I said he wouldn't. I said he was a chicken.
What don't you
I
understand?
said he would never do
I
it,
ju-
and you said, "Oh no,
No.
he'll do it. He'll do
No.
it."
What don't you understand?
okay.
I just said you were right about him not doing it.
I
Not
know.
about him being a chicken. Donald Trump's not scared of anybody.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
he
know
is.
it all.
Well,
Okay.
you know, he could say all these things.
he
but
knows
when
it all.
When he says something, and
Yeah.
somebody comes up to him and says, "Hey, Donald, don't get hooked up with him. He'll clean your clock."
Yeah, you
All
you
right.
know it all.
That's
Okay.
that's
yeah.
as hard as I'm going to be on
little
you.
Gidge. Little Gidge.
From New Hampshire. Little kids from New
little,
Hampshire.
little lying Gidge from New Hampshire.
Now lying.
Little lying
oh,
Gidge.
my God.
Little lying Gidge
oh,
from
wait a-
New Hampshire.
Well, you're just like Trump.
Yep.
You're just like Trump, right?
Little lying Gidge
Little,
from here,
you know,
from
little,
New Hampshire.
I'm not going to call him a name.
Matter of fact, while I'm
But
sitting here, you know
ladies
who's
and
called me?
gentlemen, who?
Look who just called me
Who?
here. The second one down, 2 missed calls. Who's that? Union leader.
The union leader.
While I'm sitting here.
As you're sitting here.
I should get up and walk away from you.
No, we'll take the call.
Take
Let's
that
listen.
call.
Let's listen.
You sure?
Sure.
On the show?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
You
well,
sure?
don't put the call up. You can listen
No.
to it on your phone, but
Yeah.
don't put it up.
No, I won't put it
All
up.
right, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to make a call to the union leader who called him, so we'll all be quiet. Here we go. You ready?
Okay, it went to a voicemail.
Voicemail.
A call from New York, too.
Call from New York. He's talking to a voicemail.
Yeah, hi, John. Representative Al Baldessau. I'm returning your call if you want to call me back. Bye.
There you go. Sitting
left
right
him a
here.
message.
A call from New York, a call from Manchester. How do you do this simple show?
he-
I mean, why do you show up?
Hello.
Why do you
Okay.
show up here?
Why?
I mean, I can't believe
because
this.
Nashua Access, like Londonderry Access, does a great job. I'm here for the director that runs this
Yeah,
program
he's
here
a Republican.
because he
I
does an
know.
awesome job, and
Yeah.
access is very important for freedom of speech, and I support
It
him
is.
100%.
It is.
Right.
Because you and I
hmm
could never do what we just did.
No, I know. that.
Argue back and forth
No.
like that. They wouldn't let us.
No, you're
wouldn't
right.
let
Some of
us.
them don't do. They won't let you do
They
that.
won't let you do
it's
that.
a disgrace.
It's disgraceful.
Yes, it is.
But
First-
this is good.
I'm a
Public
true
access.
believer in the First Amendment for freedom
Oh,
of
for
speech,
God's
freedom
sake,
of.
everybody believes.
No,
in the First
you know, no,
Amendment.
that's BS because you guys are always trying to shut
you
us off.
guys.
Yeah, you Democrats.
Excuse me, you guys.
liberals.
Excuse me. Am I a
You're-
Democrat?
Yeah, you are. You're a
Am I
liberal.
shutting you down?
You're a liberal. No, but
Excuse
you've
me, am
done.
I shutting you down?
But your buddies,
Ex-
your other
oh,
liberals
my
do.
buddies. My
Yeah.
buddies from New York, and they.
Oh wait, I forgot.
he-
You don't have friends in
That's
the
right. I
Democrat
don't
Party.
have. I see.
I'm his only friend as a Republican.
Oh, he drives around in Cadillacs, and I go back to the hotel a half hour later, and they pick me up, and I go to Chris Como, and they pick me up again, and they take me. How'd you feel? As a
Well,
movie star.
I felt it was great. It was good.
Was
you
it
want to
not-
know? You want to know why I felt great about it?
Why?
Because I was be able to get the veterans message out nationally. I was able to, on how we're helping veterans in the trenches. The Democrats went after Trump And they should have been patting him on the back for raising money to help veterans in the trenches that need issues. That have
They
issues.
did calls, and he didn't put his money
No,
in.
no,
that
no.
was the big
No,
thing.
no,
He
that's-
didn't give
you
his
wanna-
$1 million.
You want to know
That's
why?
the reason
Because
why.
the other money was coming in. He was out campaigning. Wake up.
Yeah, okay.
Wake
he
up.
was supposed to put $1 million in, and
He
he
did.
didn't,
You know,
okay?
$1 million.
And he said he put in $1 million.
$1 million is a drop in the bucket to this guy. Okay, is a drop in a bucket. It's like $1. $1 million is probably like $1 to me and you.
Ugh,
Okay.
how would you like to be in that position?
I would love to be in that position, but you want to know something? I'm happy just living the life I am with my beautiful wife
Well,
and all my children.
You got children, you got a home, you got a beautiful wife.
That's right. Life
and you're
is great.
a movie star. How did
Yeah,
you?
life is
Did
great.
they all go like this when you walked in the house?
No, but I tell you, I got so many handshakes and everything, and saying thank you for sticking up for the veterans. Thank you for sticking up for the yellow journalism in the media that's going on.
You know, Al,
Ken,
your guy has gone too far, too many
No, no.
times, and guess what?
what?
He is going to have to stop.
No, that's
and
your opinion.
shut his mouth.
that just like
and
Hillary.
listen to everyone.
No. You know
Because
something?
once
That's
he's
BS.
and when
That
he doesn't
is
want
that
to
is
talk,
typical
and when he
BS.
doesn't want to talk to the
know
media, the media won't talk to him, and they will talk to who?
You know something? Wait,
If they
you know
have it
something?
open with Hillary, and you can't talk to
you
Trump.
just threw out a bunch of BS. And the reason why I'm going to tell you, Hillary just did her first press conference in 6 months. Hillary just did her first call in to the morning liberal TV show for the first time.
Okay.
Donald Trump calls all the liberal networks. He's on with the Republican networks. He holds no
and
punches.
he calls,
Donald
and
Trump.
he's about the rudest person I've ever
No,
heard.
and Hillary Clinton is
You know,
about
he's
the
rudest
most
per-
criminal.
Oh wait, yeah.
She's a
Oh, wait,
criminal.
ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell
You know?
you this is what the Republicans do. When you corner them, they go after Hillary. They can't take it.
You know,
You can't take
That's
it.
a bunch of B.
Here we
BS.
go.
You know something?
Well,
Here-
you're pretty
Here
thick-skinned.
is here is a Hillary. Can you see that? This is a Hillary supporter. I don't know if he could zoom in on that there. That is a Hillary supporter. They sent the picture. to me.
Why would you do that?
Because I want you to
Excuse-
know.
No. Why would you do that?
Because that's the
this
people that are
person is
supporting.
disfigured.
No, he's not
And
disfigured.
he's disfigured.
He's done that
and
to
you
himself.
put that on there.
Those are the
I have
people.
news for you.
Hey, is he
ladies and
related to
gentlemen,
you?
Hillary Clinton helps disfigured people. You make fun of him.
No, you're
making fun of this
damn
guy.
right. He's got these big earrings here, big earrings in his nose. Those are the people
Oh,
that are
just
protesting.
Hillary.
Those are the Hillary and the Bernie
Just
Sanders
Hillary.
that are protesting in the Mexican.
Okay, just Hillary. Look, 'cause
you
she's
know,
Hillary.
the illegal aliens.
And let me see.
That are protesting.
How many fights have been at Trump's?
No, outside.
Get him. Get him.
Outside.
Go ahead. I like to hit him. Come on.
You know something? You're lucky I don't goddamn hit you. Okay? You're lucky.
No, you
Okay,
know
you're
you're
lucky.
lucky because
Uh-huh.
you take a look at my face and you know
Yeah.
I will fight back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're both.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you must have been. You must have been either scaring people or you ran away from fights. I ran towards them. Look
You know,
at me.
hey, Lou Dobbs, I said, you know something? I said in New Hampshire, I said some of the liberal attorneys there get scared of me. They had me investigated because I intimidate them for looking at them.
Oh, really?
You didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah, remember the Bertha hearing? I was standing there like this here. I didn't
You
say
were
a word.
yelling and
No,
screaming.
I said nothing. You're lying
I
again.
was there.
No, you're lying again. Okay,
They
tell the
had
truth.
you on the air.
No, like this.
Who are you with?
I was with, there was another rep that I quieted down that was yelling.
What was her name?
No, it was a him.
Him.
A
Who?
him. I can't remember his name. But anyways, I was like, oh, yes, I can. He was from up north, Larry Rappaport. But anyways, I'm like this here the whole time. And he got intimidated because I was looking at him. And you know
So
what I
they
told?
what-
You know what I
so
told the
wait,
captain of
how,
state
how
police?
do you know?
How? Because they filed charges against me.
They
I was-
filed charges
yeah,
against you
I
for
was-
what?
I had to go in and sit down with the captain from the
For
state
what?
police because I was intimidating.
And
He
so,
felt threatened.
so you were brought into the police
I was
station.
brought in, and everything was on video.
Did-
And there I am. We're
It-
sitting in. Listen to me. We're sitting there watching the video, and there I am the whole time, just looking at him. I'm listening.
Yeah.
You know, and he got intimidated. He
Then
felt-
why did the cops bring you in?
Because he filed charges.
I know, but the cops saw the video.
right, but they still had to bring me in.
So
'cause
did
the
they give you
charges.
hell or something?
Oh no, they treated me great there. I sat with the captain from the state police and the chief of security, Randy, down at the state house. They
Yeah.
called me
Oh, it
in.
was down at the
Yeah, it
state
was at the
house.
state house.
Yeah.
And they were talking to everyone that was there. Okay, they dropped it. I mean, you know what I told him when I first walked in? I said, "You want to know something? It's not my fault that young lawyer's mother powdered his butt too much, because I looked at
Oh,
him.
my
He got his feelings. That's
God.
what I told him.
You
It's in the
know-
record.
You know something? You got more good one-liners. That's the only reason why taking your butt out of you're taking your head out of your butt. I mean, this will be
You're
used,
just
ladies
jealous.
and gentlemen.
You're just jealous because you can't do it. You
I
didn't do it.
can't let him go anywhere. I mean,
you-
this is the Gidge School of Journalism. I've helped him out.
You're just.
I helped out
hey,
the other guy.
You're just mad.
They all take off. And what do I do? What do I get?
That's the Trump campaign
Right,
manager.
I got a bug in my water. And excuse me, you got the Trump? Okay, wait, let's do these. You got one from the union leader,
Mm-hmm.
one from New York,
Yeah.
one from Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Since you've been sitting here.
Mm-hmm. The reason why I got my phone on there is buzzing because my son is at a place with the car there that having it checked out. That's why he came in from California there. So I told him to take it down and get the oil changed, make sure it's good to go. I'm going to let him use my other Escalade. So
Oh, he's taking off?
no, he's going to go visit his mother and stuff in Medford, Mass. So that's the reason why I keep checking to see if I got a text.
What do you
in
mean
that
keep
either.
checking? You got the New York, you got,
Mhm.
I mean, how do you feel? I mean, you got to be feeling pretty good.
I do
No,
because you know
I mean, how did
I'm a veterans activist.
no,
I'm about veterans.
when they saw you getting picked up, did they open the doors
Yeah,
for you?
yes.
And did Mr. Baldessaro, did anybody, when you got to anybody
Yeah.
ask if you wanted coffee?
what I forgot to
or
tell you, too,
tea?
Yesterday at 3:30, I was picked up by one of those Cadillac. I think it's a XTS or something. They picked me up. They brought me over to St. Anselm, and I was on the Business Channel because St. Anselm has this little studio there. Where,
Yes.
You know, it's done for Fox News, and
Yes,
everyone
yes,
goes
yes.
there.
Yeah, everybody does
So
that.
at
yeah.
5 o'clock, I was on Fox Business yesterday.
So they picked you up.
They picked me up in a car, Cadillac, at my house, opened up the door for me. I get in, and I went over there. And it's all, a lot of this stuff's on my Facebook. You can get it, you know, the different shows.
Done it.
And they brought me over. The car waited and then brought me back.
What is your wife? She must be going crazy.
Oh, my wife, she's an angel.
She loves him.
You know, she's
ladies
an
and gentlemen.
angel.
I don't know how,
Yeah,
why, but
Because she knows I have a
she
personality.
has
We
a
have
great
fun.
time.
We do everything together. We're a team. And I take her kids and my kids all get along. She has 4. I got 7. I mean, it's a beautiful life I have.
4 and 7.
God's looking out for me.
11.
Yeah, 11 between us.
11
I have,
children.
Yeah, and I have 7 granddaughters and 2 great-grandkids.
11
Yeah,
kids
11
between
kids
you.
between us, yeah.
She's got 4. You got 7.
Yeah.
How many wives have you had?
Well, it's my 3rd wife, but this is it. I married an angel. You know, I'm in heaven.
Well,
Life is great. That's why I smile all the time.
You know, how you have been treated is like movie stars. Can you imagine this? Could you get used to it? You
Yeah.
probably could
Well,
get used to it.
Well, I've been treated that way before in different other.
No, well,
things.
come
You know what
on
I mean?
now. 10 times.
I've been on CNN before.
Flying around New York.
I was on C-SPAN before.
I mean, they.
CNN already a few other times.
No, come on now. But this is different now. You've gone to another
Another
league.
level?
Yeah, another level.
Yeah. See, to me, it's just
Well, how's it
another
feel?
day. No, it feels good. I mean, I'm glad to to get the message out on veterans issues, like the 22 suicides a day I talked about, the wait list where veterans are dying to wait and get into VA. I talked about the prosthetic stuff there on how.
But hold on
you
a
know.
second. But it is getting better.
What do you mean it's getting
The
better?
veterans
Well, we
getting
still got,
into the VA.
we still got a lot of
You
problems.
better
with the Joyce
say
Card.
it is
We-
getting
no,
better because last week
we
you
still-
said it was getting
Yeah,
better.
it is, but we still got a lot of problems.
Yeah.
You know, when not one veteran is left behind, then I'll be happy.
No,
to say
I
it's-
understand that,
it's
but you
better.
know, I think, and I don't think people really understand that we've been fighting a war now
Mhm.
for 15 years,
Yeah.
and the vet.
Wasn't
the
Obama
vets
gonna get us out of the war?
administration- Oh, no,
Didn't
hold on.
Obama promise to get us out of the war?
Excuse me.
Answer
And
me.
isn't it you guys who keep saying, why don't you go get them? Why don't you carpet bomb ISIS?
Because-
Why don't? And wait a minute.
because
Excuse me,
ISIS-
Is it
who's
every
next?
week? Excuse me.
Hey,
Is it
who-
every week?
hey,
Is
me
Obama
ask you
getting one of them? Isn't it every week Obama getting one of them?
something? So we're going to drag this on for 100
No,
years.
is Obama
gonna-
getting them?
You know something?
Every week. Whoop,
we
I
need
got
to
another
do,
one.
We need to do like we did in Japan. Drop the damn bomb. Take them out. That's what we need to do.
Ladies
because
and
these son of a guns,
gentlemen,
they
this
want to
guy has gone right off the deep
kill.
end.
They want to kill Americans.
This is what
Whose
happens
children's
when
next?
he hangs
Hey.
around with Trump. Excuse
No,
me.
that's a bunch of BS.
Drop the bomb
Hillary,
where?
Hillary Clinton
Excuse me,
voted for
drop the
Hillary
bomb
voted
where?
for the
Wait,
to go into Iraq.
drop the bomb where?
On the headquarters of the ISIS, or where they're at.
Yes, and
Instead
that
of
happens
pinpointing.
to be right in the middle of a city
You know something?
filled with a lot of people who really can't get out. So
No,
you want
a
to drop
lot
the
of people,
bomb.
A lot of people already
So you
got
want to
out.
drop the bomb.
A lot of people are, yes.
And so you might kill
Yes.
10,000 people who
No.
had nothing to do with
Where
this.
their headquarters is, the bomb, there's maybe 100, 200 feet radius on the different bombs, okay? Depending on the type of missiles or bomb you drop. That's
a
right.
nuclear bomb
Who said,
is about a mile.
Who said nuclear?
You did.
No, I didn't.
Drop the bomb.
Yeah, I said drop a bomb. Does that mean it's nuclear?
Oh,
That's in your
God.
brain.
Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, I'll tell you, he's been hanging around.
Clean your ears.
You know something? You know something?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to
Yeah,
say
tell
it.
me.
No, I'm not.
You
I'm
want,
not,
let
no,
me.
I'm not
You
gonna
know
say it.
some things you'll never understand. Rules of engagement. You'll never understand casualties of war. You'll never understand when you send Americans, you want them to come back. Okay, you do whatever you got to do to protect Americans.
Excuse me.
You don't care
Excuse me.
about protecting
You- you-
Americans.
you know,
You're
that-
worried about
you know,
if you're gonna
so-
if you're gonna.
You're so
you-
full of it.
you
I-
are-
where
no,
do you get off telling me I don't care about
Because
Americans?
the way you talk,
Gee, look, don't
the way
go,
you talk.
Don't go riding around in
You know?
Cadillacs and turn around and
Hey,
say I don't care
no,
about Americans.
the way you liberals talk.
Excuse
Yeah,
me.
the way you liberals
Excuse
talk.
me.
Oh no, don't. It might be an environmental hazard. Don't
He
blow up the
goes
oil.
away.
Oh no.
Cadillac rides. He comes back, and this is what I got to put up with.
That's right. You know, you're worried about the environment. Oh, no, don't do. You might blow up the oil. Don't. That's environmental.
Excuse me.
Oh, no, you might hurt the cat, the
So
dog.
it-
Oh, there might be a
so
turtle there. Give it a break.
So it's okay for Japan to have the nuclear weapon,
I have no issues with
and
Japan.
it's okay for South Korea to have
You
a
know
nuclear
some-
weapon. Well, that's what Trump said.
No, Trump wants
You
them
agree?
to protect themselves, that they can't pay us to,
So
you know.
excuse me. So give them a nuclear weapon.
No, whatever it is to protect themselves,
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean?
Well, he said nuclear
Why
weapon.
is it the America's duty to be the policeman of the whole world? Why is it our duty?
You know that's very good to say that, and a lot
Tell
of
me
people
why.
really don't
Tell me
understand why. Since you're a
Tell
soldier,
me why, if
you
it's-
understand the importance of having bases
Okay.
around the world.
No.
And guess what?
You know something?
When you have somebody's base, you've got to pay them to have your weapons and people there.
We should
Period.
not. No. You know something? We have ships now that can be anywhere within a few days. We've got what you call prepositioned ships. Now, I hope I'm not blowing your mind here because you have no clue.
Excuse me.
We have prepositioned. No, there's no excuse
No,
for you.
are they any good?
Okay? Of course they
Best
are.
in the world.
What, yeah, why don't you listen
You've
to
been
me?
saying that our ships and military are gone right to hell, and the ships are no good. They're all
See,
falling apart. They're
they are.
taking spare parts, and all of a sudden you're telling me
It's
that
in
they're
the
great.
news. The generals are saying that. I never said they're great. Listen to me.
Okay, so you get them there in 3
no,
days.
I'm talking. You're not listening to me.
I am.
Okay, you throw out a bunch of garbage because you have no clue. Okay, the news, the generals on all the channels, Democrat channels, Republican stuff, they're all saying the generals are coming out. They're cannibalizing aircraft parts. The Marine Corps had to go into the museum and get parts for their old planes, okay, to keep them running. We have so much what they call
Go to.
deadline.
wait,
I want to introduce to you Al Baldessaro, who could hardly get his head through the door.
There we go.
Okay. Why did I come? You know, why did I come here today and waste my time? Okay, when I could be sitting home with my bride
I can tell you
instead of
why-
putting up
no,
with this.
No, I can tell you why.
Why?
This is absolutely probably the best.
I make you look good.
Yeah.
That's what it is. I
No,
make you
no,
look good.
I make you look good.
Earlier, he was trying to kiss my butt there, to tweet out his name so people will know him, okay, to know who Ken Gidge is. If I did that to say a Democrat, what are you, crazy, Al? What are you doing? What are you,
Yeah,
losing it?
right.
Mhm.
No,
I would do it for your wife.
Actually, this me going back and forth with you is really good for you.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
You know something?
No, it is.
How's it good
Because
for me? How's it
nobody
good
is
for me?
going to go after you like I go
How's it
after
good
you.
for me?
So you are, protected by this show because you've always been beaten up quite a bit. What are
okay.
you doing?
No, I'm just.
First, he pulled
no.
a check for
Hey,
$1
listen.
million out.
Hey, before you
and
get started here, if you're a disabled
before you get
veteran,
started,
if you're a disabled veteran, I'd like you to, if you're having issues and stuff like that, need some help from the Disabled Veterans Mobile Service that's coming around the state, that phone number is 603-222-5788. If you're a veteran needs some help, call them up there. And
Mention
talk to them.
the number again.
603-222-5788. And I brought this in for a reason because the DAV sent it to me in the mail there to, to put the message
And
out.
what are they doing?
What it is, they're going to have mobile services going around to different areas to deal and talk with
That's a good idea.
veterans. Yeah, they're doing it around the state there, and that's the phone number to find out and call them where they're going to be at. And the guy's name is David Bennett. He's the DAV National Service Officer.
All right, give the number one more time.
603-222-5788. Okay, so, and that's for veterans that need some help there throughout the state. You know what I mean? So the reason I'm just bringing this stuff
No,
up
that's-
just is to give you an
perfectly all
idea
right.
on some
What-
stuff here.
now what have you got?
Now, I'm not going to say the
What-
name here. I just want to give you an idea here. This is from a veteran here that said that I just got this letter. I got to act on it, help him out. From 2003 until 2013, this patient was ignored for treatment of X-ray proving kidney stones. In 2013, a botched VA surgery ended up with this patient undergoing 2 emergency surgeries in a non-VA facilities and spending 2 weeks in ICU. VA response, not an emergency by their standards. Patient now on the block for tens of thousands of medical bills to Leahy Hospital in Burlington, Mass. December 2005, following a motor vehicle accident, this patient was refused treatment for community multiple fractured clavicle, collarbone, and was left for months ignored. Just to give you an idea, this is the stuff that I handle with on veterans. Don't read the name off here, just to give you an idea. You know what I mean? It goes into other stuff there. It's a privacy issue.
Yeah.
You know
No,
what I'm saying?
I wouldn't read it
But I
off.
mean,
No, I wouldn't read it
just to
off.
give
I
you an
wouldn't,
idea
no.
on some of the
Yeah.
stuff that I deal with here. Now, the guy, this is a lifelong Democrat, just so you know that. And he's
What
talked
has
to.
that got to do
Well,
with
the reason I'm
anything?
bringing this up is
Why?
because he's talked to.
Why?
Because he's talked to his Democrat side and other stuff, and then
And I got
he
news for you.
contacted me.
I think all
He's got-
all generals and everyone will say that Obama has doubled, quadrupled, and is doing everything that he possibly can do
Right.
to help. So please give him a little credit if you don't
No.
mind. How many
You know
things
some-
do you
I'm
have
not
in your
giving credit.
pockets? I mean, you're like Captain
Wait,
Kangaroo,
I'm not
for
giving.
God's
I'm not
sakes.
giving credit. It
Well,
says.
I'm waiting for you
listen
to
to
pull
this
rabbit
here,
out.
at the end. He says, "I welcome your email, call, text, but please don't just play the political games that I have been subject to so far. Don't call just to shut me up. If you are honest about doing something for me, then I welcome hearing from you."
Where's he from?
Where's he from? It's got a 603 number. It don't say where he's
Okay.
from. Yeah, there's no address, just
All
the
right,
name
okay.
and his number.
All
But
right.
I mean, I just wanted you to see that what's going on.
Well, I think it's
But
important, and
he's
I
gone-
think that you and I talk a lot, and you I think are a little gruff, and I think you will follow.
Wait, I'm
your
gruff.
Friends.
What's your interpretation of gruff? What do you mean gruff?
He's a military person. What do they call?
what's your
what do they call?
interpretation?
Excuse me. What do they call Marines? Everybody's got a name.
Devil dogs?
Is it devil
Devil
dogs?
dogs, yeah. That's what we're called, yeah.
Devil
We'll call
dogs?
each other, "Hey, devil dog, how you doing, brother?" Yeah, devil dog.
All right.
And
So,
then we say to each other, "Semper
so
Fi,
he's
always
not
faithful."
gruff. He's a devil dog.
Yeah, that's right. And
All
if
right.
you don't like it, tough. What do you think
Oh,
of that?
don't look at me.
I don't want you going crying to speaker now that I bullied you.
Don't
okay?
Hey, listen.
Yeah, 'cause I know how you
you're
liberals
lucky you
are.
got that speaker.
I know how you
I'll
live.
tell
Yeah,
you that,
right. You ain't kidding. He's the best thing for the Democrats.
Oh, no, he hasn't. I think he's been very good.
I think he's good.
That's very,
Yeah.
very
It's,
complicated.
you know, some
And by the way,
for a
I don't know
Democrat to
why.
say a
I don't know
Republican
why
speaker-
you put him down so much.
Because-
when he's given you quite a
you know
bit.
some for a
Did
Democrat.
he move that
Wait a
chair
minute.
over for you?
Move what chair?
The chair that was up on the third floor?
Oh, so that's
No,
giving me
excuse me.
something.
Yeah, it does.
Because-
it does mean something because you
because
couldn't
we
get
went-
it done with the
okay.
Democrats, right?
Right. They would
Took
do
a
it, right,
Republican.
Yeah.
Did he ask you also about this gun thing that you and I were on a bill for?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Is he helping you out?
Is he? Does he also a lot of Democrat bills pass that Republicans are against?
Excuse me. How does a meaning? Well, what
I'm
are you
just
talking
saying
about?
he
If
he
they-
supports a lot of stuff the Democrat you guys want that we Republicans think are crazy with the spending.
You know,
Okay.
you know something. I have a feeling that people are starting to wake up to the fact that not everything you say or what other Republicans say is actually the absolute truth.
All they got to do is watch the show and they know that there's lies and
You
deceit.
keep saying the same thing, and I don't know any Democrats who want to spend a lot of money.
You just
I
hit
don't
it.
know anyone.
You hit it right on the
But-
money.
but-
If I keep saying the same
but-
thing, that means I'm telling the
But
truth.
no, that does
If
not.
I keep saying the same thing,
No.
I'm telling the
A
truth.
lot of fascists down through the history have been
Oh,
saying
give it a
the
break.
same thing.
You know, son, do a fact check on anything I say there. I'll stand by it,
All right.
okay, on what I say. Do a fact check on his numbers and listen to what he says, okay? Why are you laughing? Why are you turning
not
red?
laughing.
Does the truth hurt?
No.
I wish I could get your wife in here to
I,
sit down.
I let you win a
Yeah.
little, okay,
Yeah.
and then I'll go
Uh-huh.
after you. So, all right.
His
No, but I'm
wife
telling
is
you,
a better state rep there. She sits back, relaxes, she listens. Unlike him, he runs his mouth all the time, throws out stuff. It's like throwing poop against the wall and hope it sticks.
And ladies and gentlemen, I will not talk about it today, but after 8 years, I finally got a bill passed, and it's for the FRM people to get some money.
Wow.
Yes.
How come?
8 years. And I'll tell you
One
something.
bill?
Every single Republican has been against it. A lot of Democrats have been against it. The governor has been against it. The attorney general has been against it.
Al
We
Baldessaro was against it.
persisted. We rewrote it, and it finally
Okay, no
passed.
taxpayers'
And
money, right?
Yes, no taxpayer
Where's the
money.
money come from?
No taxpayer money.
Where's the money come from?
It is voluntarily. You may donate if you wish.
Oh, so people are going to donate to help?
That's correct.
Okay.
We also
But
have
no
about
money's
3,000 monies
But
so
no
far.
money's being donated from the court system or
no,
anything like that?
not yet.
No money's...
It
what do you
will
mean not?
be.
No, it won't.
Oh, yes, it
No,
will.
it won't, because that money is to help run our courts.
No,
Otherwise, we got to
I
tax
don't
people more.
think so. I don't think so.
Yeah, I do.
Run our courts?
Yes.
And what about these people who our agencies didn't do their jobs?
You know, some...
What do you?
what-
You
Are you
talk.
gonna do the
excuse
same
me,
thing
You
for the-
talk about the vets a lot, okay?
Yes.
When you work for people
Yeah.
who have absolutely nothing,
Yeah.
who have lost everything,
And I help them all.
and the groups of these people, some
Yeah.
of them have committed suicide. They've lost their homes, and it's people like you who go, "Oh no, they don't deserve any money." It was the attorney general that
You wanna
screwed
know
them.
why?
It was banking that screwed them.
You wanna
and you want to
know
know?
why?
You turn around and you say,
Hey.
"Why?"
I'm going to tell you
Why?
why. Because you've got .com companies that went bankrupt that scam people. You've got other banks that scam people, lost their foreclosure. If you're going to do for one, you do it for all. You can't pick and choose winners.
Excuse me. Are you a state representative?
Yes, I am.
Are you part of the government?
Yes, I
All right,
am,
The
and the
part of the
government
government
is- and the government
lied
screwed up.
and cheated,
Right.
and they didn't screw up.
They sure did.
Someone was even involved with
They
that.
sure
so
did.
now I got a question
They
to ask
say-
you.
no, I'll tell you who.
If it's the state
You know?
that causes people to lose money and we find that it is
Okay.
factual, I have a
Then-
question. So you don't think the state should repay them back?
Okay, sure. Yeah,
So-
then the
excuse
state...
me, did you
the
reward-
state seen what was
Excuse
going
me.
on with
Well,
the banking.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hey.
Kelly Ayotte was one of the attorney generals.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait.
Right.
She didn't get arrested. She got elected. How did
You know
this
something?
happen?
Why
How
didn't
does
they-
this happen? She
all
was
I
part
know
of
is
this whole thing.
Why
And
didn't it go
Kelly
into the
Ayotte,
court of
be
law?
ready. It's coming.
Why didn't it go
FRM,
into...
remember
that's
that.
a bunch of BS. See, you're a Hassan, who's the worst damn governor we had in the state. Okay?
Oh,
You know, that's the
Republicans.
reason why
you
you're
know,
saying
You know
that.
something? People don't believe this all the time from you or anyone.
She vetoed the budget so she can get pay raises for the state.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, but don't you
And they
understand?
haven't had a contract for like
Hey.
4 or 5 years, and she got
No,
them their
that's not true.
Oh, my
That
God.
is not true.
Oh, how could you do
just
that?
threw out a bunch of BS. You just lied. Okay, they got a contract last time. It's a renew for a new contract. You're not being honest.
And the problem is?
Okay, the problem
A
is...
renewal for a contract and
The
you didn't want to
problem
renew
is,
it.
people in
You didn't want to renew
Wait,
it.
No, you're damn right I didn't. You want to
There
know
we
why
go.
I didn't?
Let's-
This is the reason
Don't
why.
give the state a
Hey,
contract.
this is the reason why I
Yeah.
didn't want to do it. The people that are paying the taxes, they're even workers, they're not getting a pay raise in civilian companies. We have to raise their taxes to cover it, businesses and everyone else, to cover this spending, and you don't care. We need money for drugs. The drug programs, we need
And
money.
you know something? I don't think you want to go to the drug program.
Yeah, I do.
Because it was the Republicans
Yes.
1 year ago that said no to money.
You're a
it was the
liar.
Republicans
There
who
he goes
shot it
again.
down,
Okay.
and that's not a lie.
Can I have-
The
can I have the
Republicans
camera
were
on me?
shamed into
Can I have
it.
a camera on me? He just told you totally wrong. There was a $12 million grant that came in from Washington, D.C. The governor didn't even know she had it. She vetoed a budget that we stuck $42 million into the budget that she vetoed. As of September or whenever the budget was finally over, she gave them, the Democrats, like little puppets on a string,
you know something?
permission to override her budget.
You know what's really
because she wanted a pay raise
you know what's
over the drug
Excuse
program.
me, do you know what's really good about you saying this?
It's the truth.
No. You know what's really good about you saying this? People out there have to realize it was the Republicans
Yeah.
who stopped it for an entire year.
No, we didn't.
You were
No, we
shamed
didn't.
to death, and now
You know
the
something?
Republicans want to take credit, and guess
You know-
what? It's the bad Democrats.
Once again-
The fact of the matter is, it was the Republicans who shot it down. And by the way, how many people died? How many people died in a year?
Okay.
400 in the state of
400.
New Hampshire. Oh, Republicans don't care, though.
Can I?
They
can I-
don't spend the money.
Okay, please take the camera because you're wasting your time with the camera on him. Okay, we have what he likes, Medicaid expansion. We have Medicaid. Those programs pay for the drug programs. What happened is we didn't have a lot of contracts in the state there to handle these drug program bed space. Okay, we stuck 42 million
So
in
you
there.
admitted
We
you
stuck-
didn't
no,
have
no, no.
pay.
The Democrats were in
You
charge.
admitted.
When they were dying, the Democrats were in
Excuse-
charge.
no,
We took over.
I love it, ladies and gentlemen.
Democrats were-
That's not.
You all
truth.
were. It was
You
under
guys
your watch.
held it up for a year.
No, we didn't.
You got shamed in
didn't.
it.
No.
The media came
No, we
down on you
didn't.
guys. The
know
newspapers, national news.
He's telling you wrong.
400 people die, and these guys
He's-
can't come up with money for
he's
drug
telling-
problems.
He's telling you wrong.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
The governor
the
vetoed-
money comes, and it was all their idea. And bad Democrats.
You know something? I
You-
wish you would be honest.
You know something? The Republicans are going to be
Ken,
gone.
You don't know. See, you know how
You're
much
gonna
you
be
get my
gone.
blood. You know how much
How
my
many
blood
minutes
pressure
we got
goes
left?
up here.
How much-
We still got 6-7
All right,
minutes. almost.
okay.
My blood pressure goes up because I'm a factual guy, okay, and I want integrity in this show. You throw stuff out there that's not true, okay? Last year,
We can
in
verify
January,
that.
in June, I can verify it.
You can verify that.
In June, the budget was passed. Okay, because at the end of June is when the new budget kicks in. Now, the governor vetoed the budget. Now, Medicaid, Medicare expansion covered these drug programs. The money was there. Health and
Excuse me, you
Health
didn't
and
want
Human
Medicaid
Services.
expansion.
Health-
You fought against it. You
Because
voted
we have
against it.
because we got
No,
Medicaid.
No,
what
wait
don't
a minute.
you
Ladies
understand?
and gentlemen, he's just saying Medicaid,
You know something?
and now you're on to something else?
Because
you can't have
there's
it both
two,
ways.
There's two programs.
You can't have it both
One
ways.
is Medicaid for real low
Ah.
income. The other one is Medicaid expansion that was voted in. Okay, he'll never tell you the truth on this here. I'm so disgusted because I got to sit here and keep going over and over and over. The bottom line is, if you had a drug program, you could sign up with Medicaid because I signed people. The Democrats vetoed the budget, the money. They vetoed it so we can contract
Yeah.
to get more
Hey,
bed space
hey,
because under a Democrat
hey,
2 years,
hey, Al.
you didn't do it.
Al,
You didn't do it.
Al, when 300 people died,
In
it was the
2014.
Democrats who came along and said, we need more money, and it was the Republicans
What
who
year was
said,
it 300?
Excuse me.
What
and the
year?
Republicans said, no, you're not going to have any more money.
What year
It was the
did we lose 300
media
people?
that shamed you
What
guys.
year did 300
And
people
I'll
die for
tell you
drugs?
what's pretty low.
Hey.
It's pretty low for
What
you
year?
to take the credit for it
what
when it
year-
was the Democrats
What
who did
year
it.
did
Shame on you.
over 300?
I'm not talking to them anymore.
What year did over 300
got
people
4
die?
minutes.
What year did over 300 people
Last
die?
year.
No, it wasn't. It was in 2014. The 2015 budget.
Oh, my
fixed
God.
it. You're wrong.
Oh, my God.
You're wrong. The 2015
No,
budget
you're right.
kicked it, fixed
I'm
it.
sorry. It wasn't 300. It was 400.
Okay, in
The
2014.
same amount of people that sit in that room, and they wouldn't come up with the money.
In 2014, that's why the 2015 budget, we put the money in.
You know, if God's not
Okay.
yelling over the thing, you're wrong.
Okay.
Because God always
All right.
helps you,
All right.
especially when he thinks
You know
I'm wrong,
something?
which is all the time.
I'm sure he's looking right now for me. He cut his mic. Good.
There we
Okay.
go. All right.
But hey, it was 2015.
But,
Okay.
you know,
Because
see,
it,
you know something?
because the budget cycle in January
You know.
is where we fixed it. We put the money.
Oh,
I
wait.
want to introduce to you Al Baldessaro, who could hardly get his head through the door.
Yeah.
You see what I got to deal with this idiot? Huh? You see what I deal with?
You have a good time. What are you going to do this weekend?
Huh? I have my.
Did you want to go to
I
a
had
parade?
the Republican convention. The
Where?
parade got canceled on Monday. I came back from the Cape. My wife and I went to the Cape with family. Mashpee. We had a family home there. We came back late Sunday night to go to the parade on Monday.
Yeah.
But because of the rainstorm coming in, they canceled our parade.
So you had no parade this year?
No, I didn't. But I went to the American Legion and everything, you know, with the veterans and everything. They had
if
a
you
barbecue.
cancel a parade, why don't you have it the next day?
Well, it was Tuesday. It's kind of hard with the kids and the bands.
No,
and
no,
everything else.
you're right about
You know,
that. You're
but
right
see,
about
but the thing is, the commander of the post, and I didn't know he was doing this. He got the veterans that were at the post that morning there, because some of them didn't get the word it was canceled, and they all went in the rain over and laid the wreath at the cemetery, and then also at the monument in Londonderry. So they did a great job there. And then I came over after to, you know, with the veterans for, you know, at the post there in my district. So it was nice, you know.
How many minutes do we have left?
We're down to 2 minutes and 50 seconds there. How can people get in
All
touch
right,
with your
my name
lazy
is
butt?
Ken Gidge. I'm one of the chairs of the chairs.
Yeah, he's
I'm
one
one
of
of the
the-
talk show hosts here. And by the way, if you like the show or you don't like the show, it's public access. You almost can do anything you want. Excuse me. If you like it or dislike it, we have a spot right here. You may sit down for 5 minutes. You may tell us how bad we are. You may tell us how good we are. It makes no difference. Public access is extremely important. You can get me. Just go to Ken Gidge, Gidge World. That's it. That's all I have to do is go to Gidge World. They will find me because I'm an artist.
Yeah, he's a con artist.
A con artist.
Yeah, you know something. That's you
Yeah.
know that's just how you are.
Then how
there.
can I get in touch
Yeah.
with you?
Hey, you know something? Heroin debts 2014 here, you know, and then 2015. It's
How
crazy.
can they get?
Okay, I still got a little bit of time here, so I let you go first here, so I can talk. 414 people in 2014, right there.
Okay.
Okay.
How many last year?
Democrats were in
How
charge.
many last year?
2015. I got to redo it, and we're running out of time. I got to type it in.
Yeah.
We'll go for the next show. There, we'll get those
All right.
numbers there. But anyways, the Democrats were in charge. That's why it keyed in the budget. Why we put the $42 million in the budget that you vetoed.
Nice try.
Okay,
It's
the
not going to
truth.
work.
But it's the fact.
People only
it's
have
right
to
there.
turn around.
It's on CNN
you guys
Politics.
you guys
Hey,
got shamed into
CNN
it.
covered it right
Yeah,
there
you
for
got
New
shamed,
Hampshire.
You got shamed into it.
How we get shamed
No,
in?
you
all wanted the.
You didn't
you all
want the money.
You all wanted the
No,
tax.
ladies and gentlemen,
You
I'll
wanted.
tell you.
You wanted to give
Uh,
a pay raise. Don't worry about it. I got it under control. I got the time under
Ladies and
control.
gentlemen, let's just face it. The Republicans have been screwing up from the very beginning.
Yeah, and
They
it-
can't even get along with one another.
You know, he's a
There've
legend in
been
his own mind.
two Republican parties.
When we work with each other, you know, even though we disagree with our speaker, we still work hand in hand with the speaker. We put our motions aside there on working on the issues facing New Hampshire, and I think we've done a damn good job. He won't accept the fact that it was under the Democrat watch. The Republicans had to put the money in the budget. They could have had a special session, and they didn't. Well, you know how they can get in touch with me? I'm going to shut them up right now. Okay? You can reach me on LinkedIn, on Facebook. I just got on Instagram. I'm learning how to use
You
that.
are. I'm on
I'm learning how to
Instagram.
use
Yeah.
that. But I have a Facebook site, and my website is www.albaldessaro.com. And you can call me, 603-425-6997. I live at 41 Hall Road. If you want to deal with this liberal, come by and see me. I help Democrats, Republicans, and independents. And I'll tell you the truth.
Oh, God.
I'll
that-
tell you
that
like it
clock
is.
is going to be over there next week.
I want to
can't
thank you
put up
very
with
much. This is the Art of Politics, and thank you, Access.
this. Sure, thank you.
Go Trump.
No. Oh, Hillary.
Yeah,
Definitely. Hillary.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.